Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how I made this dungaree skirt from my old skirt. First I'm going to seam rip open all the little dots that were put in place as part of the design. I will then measure out the skirt section and add my seam allowance. I will put all the measurements on my blog listed in the description box below. I will then cut out the skirt and sew along the seam right sides together. You might want to design your skirt so that it's an A-line shape because, as babies they like to move around a lot, so it gives them a bit more freedom if you make the shape a little bit wider at the bottom. The good thing about upcycling old clothes is that you can take advantage of the hems and lining material. To tidy up the raw edge, I will fold it over and sew it down, but you can also use an overlocker machine if you prefer. After choosing the width for the elastic, I will fold down the top part of the skirt to create a casing for the elastic. Don't forget to leave 1 inch gap to insert the elastic. My elastic is really giving, so I'll be cutting the elastic about 3.5 inches shorter than the width of the skirt. Your measurement may differ depending on how stretchy your elastic is. Once you're happy with the size, place one side of the elastic on top of the other and sew it together. After that, sew the opening closed. Now the skirt is complete. To add the top section, I'm measuring out my pattern and making a curve at the bottom edge. Next, I'm cutting the straps along the bias. Fold the straps right sides together and sew before turning them out completely. Once they're turned out, I will sew along both edges to keep them flat. Going back to the top section of the dungarees, place the materials right sides together and sew. I then turned it right way out and sewed along the side edges. If you want fixed straps at the front, turn the front piece inside out and insert the straps through the middle and sew the top shut. When you turn it out, it will look like this. To attach it to the skirt, I first placed them wrong sides together and sewed along the edge using a stitch in the ditch method. Then I flipped the front section upwards and hand stitched the top to the waistband, but I didn't sew it to the elastic, if that makes sense, just to the material and not the elastic. At this point I decided I wanted to put buttons at the front of the straps, so I went back and I removed the straps and sewed the top back in place. Now to add the straps in the right place, I first sewed it downwards using a stitch in the ditch method, then flipped it up and hand stitched it to the waistband, just the same way that we did with the top section and the skirt. As the straps will cross over, I wanted to make sure they stay in the right position. So with some scrap material, I used it to make a loop and I attached it to one of the straps so that the other can pass through. Once that's done, sew your button to the straps and the buttonhole to the top of the front part of the dungarees. And then you're done. This project was made in a few hours, and I think if I were to do it again, I would definitely have cut the skirt with an A-line shape so that it gives a bit more room for movement. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more DIYs. Please check out my blog for measurements, the details are linked in the description box below, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more DIYs.